Hey everyone, Matt McMahon here, H2O Plasma Plug. Don't bother liking, just subscribe so you can see my future messages. So, I believe that if everybody works together at something, we can change this world and get out of this this mess that we're sitting here standing by the sidelines and watching the people in power create for our environment and the creatures that have to inhabit them. We all do need to come together, every group, every movement, every organization, non-for-profit, every single person of every single ethnicity, every single origin. The world needs to come together as one, and any person that's been dreaming of a world not enslaved by people that wish to use us as sources of income, we need to do something about it. And I think that the only way that this can happen is through organizations that have actually already started to set up. But sometimes I feel that their direction is based on profit because of the way how the system's already set up, and they may not see it that way because they don't presently understand that the world problems aren't supposed to be profited off of. And so yes, if you feel that you want to see something like this, please come join. If you know an organization, show them this video. If you know someone that has a skill and passion, please show them this video. If you know anybody anywhere that wants to make change, show them this video. Together we can get things changed and we can fix this crap. I believe through making an area that intellectual people can all collaborate together, we could change the way how money is used. We can change the way how our living environments are created, and at the same time prevent the destruction of habitats of other creatures. And I know probably some of you right away are saying, well, how can you do that? How can you build a house without destroying the area around it? Well, you can definitely minimize that destruction. And I just feel that we live in a world that is so structured around money that that it seems to not care about the creatures that live within it. Even the politicians, doesn't seem like they really care too much about us. It's at the last, at the last final minute, it's always about the money. What can we do to create more jobs, which means more money for them? What can we do to create more products and support people trying to create products? It's all about them. So they already have us, doing everything they want. They're taking our money, and it's not 15%, it's not 20%, it's not 30%. They take money every step down on a product. So if, say someone's manufacturing a child's toy, well, we have to buy the plastic, the paint. The plastic is sorry, the making of the petroleum products for that plastic costs money, and so therefore that money is taxed. When you get it from the distributor in little pellet form, so you can put in your plastic molds and injections, that gets charged tax. Then you get it to the factory where they go and make the shape of it. It gets taxed at that place too. And then it goes to another retailer, and another type of warehouse. And then from there it gets taxed again, and then it gets distributed. So the government is not only in our pockets for, what we think they are for, our property tax or whatever else. They're in they're in about 50%, and they're lying to us about at least 17%. And no one seems to realize this. I did a quick calculation the other day that in Canada, the Canadian government is taking $83 billion from taxpayers, and they put a little sign saying that it's only, they say it's way less on the signs, like 12, 15%, no, 10%. They tell us that they're only taking 10%. When if you go to a gas station owner and you say, how much does the government take in tax from your gas alone, they will tell you 30%. So if a gas station takes makes $1 million, it ends up having $300,000 removed from them. Bi-weekly, sorry, and that was a bi-weekly that I talked to this about at another guy's gas station. So either way, we can do it so we can start cutting out the middleman. I find that that our system that we live in is always in a dead short. It always produces a product to make it so you have to buy a product from someone, and you have to keep buying it all the way down the road. But you don't see businesses, or very many, saying, okay, well, how come we're not buying that next line down the road? How come we're not buying the place that makes the plastic pellets? How come we're not buying the petroleum products before it gets made into plastic? You know, we just want to do whatever's easy money, and I want us to get away from that. I'm not about money at all. I don't believe in money. I think that like I've just explained, it's going to actually destroy our planet. And some of you may not agree, but that's, you know, your own personal opinion. But I think that if we actually try to create a place where people can invent and create products and put out kits and distribute the funds to make it so we're sustainable, or we don't have to keep, you know, getting things, you know, paying them out to be machined, or you know, we can start making our own plastics out of non-petroleum based products. So so yes, I'm just about to explain to you the website that I've come up with. I had to I put out the idea for myself so that way I could review it, and as I reviewed it, I added more to it, and I got a little tiny bit more to add to it, but you'll see that by the time you watch this. So you'll notice that my shirt's going to change a few times, but and you'll see me come back to this shirt again. So I just wanted to let you know that I'm not a film guy. I'm not doing this to make this perfect. I just need to get these messages out, and I have open sourced a design that is based on a motor that does not, sorry, a motor that floats. I called it the anti-gravity motor, the high velocity anti-gravity motor. And then I'm going to be doing a video right after this one about my advancements on the bike. The Revolution SSG bike, which is a bike that can travel wherever you want and never lose a charge. And if you had to charge it back up, it would be very, 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 very easy, depending on some of the materials that are within it. But if you watch the video, you'll find out about it. So this website I've been talking about is theintellects.org, and I believe that there are many, many, many smart people out there that are never heard. They come up with great inventions, but they never reach market, and no one ever hears about them. And the ones that do hear about them, you just hear about them as like a folk tale or a myth. You know, this guy running an engine on water. So I feel that if you know, and I actually wanted to add as well, in the 1900s, people like Tesla and Einstein and all the great minds of that day, they were the celebrities. They were the people that people just couldn't wait to hear what else they had to say, and we've lost that way. Now we live in a society where random people that can act, which is great for entertainment. You know, I do enjoy watching a movie. Personally, not all the reality shows, because I don't think that's really all that entertaining to watch people you know, just live life. I prefer a story. So, so the people of back then, they were the celebrities. People wanted to know what was the next thing that they were going to create, or you know, what did this person have to offer the world? How could this person make my life more convenient? And I think probably as soon as it got to about the 1930s, 1940s, convenience was so common that and you know, energy and everything, all the daily things that we take for granted today were so common that people just expected them. And that's, you know, television came out, and then people cared more about what was on TV than the people that created them. So what I'd like to do is create a new era of people and create self-sustaining communities and business and everything to do with it. And this isn't about living a rich life, it's about living comfortably, and the more ideas that you have, the more comfortably you can live. And I want to base my communities around completely self-sustainability: food, water, energy, transportation, you name it. Whatever humans need, we should not have to pay for. So by creating a massive group and protecting these people, which there will need to be hackers and people that will help to protect our website, because I guarantee you the government is not going to sit here and stand for someone like me to disrupt their flow of money. So I'm begging for your help. We need to do this together. The people need to keep on doing this together. I actually tried joining the Zeitgeist group, found that they were great at addressing the problems and where they came from, but no solutions. Then there was the Venus Project, and they were great at showing people a new world, but it was based on resources. And I think that is a huge problem, because if you have something called a resource-based economy, that's what we live in right now. We live in a resource-based economy. Basically, whatever is needed by the humans, we go out and get them because they're worth money. So if you have another resource-based economy, it is the exact same thing. The only thing that it sounds like they're offering is no money with the same thing. We can offer even better than that. They do depict in the Venus Project that a lot of machines can do everything, and I can see in my head basically a machine to do every single thing that we need. Everything from picking our food, everything from fixing our roads, which if we weren't based on money, we wouldn't need to be worrying about that. We wouldn't be, you know, focused directly on how much money can be made, how much can we make people work to have their money and take it from them. We need to stop doing this. And so I believe through the creation of this website and the grouping up of all the intellectual people in the world, that we can create a new world. And you know, I feel bad for Einstein. He was that, you know, back then the people, the governments would go to the intellects and address them for sort of asking their opinion or their permission. And poor Einstein, you know, sort of passed the atom bomb, and I'm sure he from all the things that happened, you know, he was devastated that he had a part of that, and the media really twisted it and warped it. And I think that was probably the last of the intellects. They sort of they knew the negative effects that it would cause. And they put it on his shoulders to ask, while pushing him, saying that we need this, we need this, we need this. And as soon as he said, okay, all right, and, you know, anyways, if you go and look up that story, you'll see. But I think that the intellects need to come back again. They need to be able to make the decisions that need to be made in this world, and not people that are based on money, not politicians, not salesmen, not business people. It needs to be people, scientists, that care, not about their paycheck, but they care about the environment. They want to stop this destruction. And really, it's depending on whoever you can get this video to. If you can get this video to another person that likes to invent, that means that this movement will be that much stronger. And I call this movement STEP. I call this self-sustaining technology transition evolution project. And I think that this should become the biggest movement and it welcomes everybody. It doesn't matter where you are, who you're from, how much money you make. If you have ideas and you believe that this world needs fixing and you have that passion, because I've met a lot of you people over the last little while, there are, I'd say at least 40% of the population is sitting here going, why the hell are we sitting here allowing this stuff, and why are we sitting here blaming ourselves when it's them that's doing the wrong? So again, enjoy the video. If you know anyone that can make websites, that can write code, that knows how to do this stuff, please make sure this gets out to them. We need to really group up and put our strengths, you know, together we are strong, divided we are conquered. And I think right now we are starting to get strong. We have been sick and tired of being conquered, and the internet has given us that opportunity to freedom. And I want true freedom. I don't want to be told I'm free because you can compare it to another country that is less free than I am. I want to be free because I'm human and I was born human, and that means that I should have the choices to make whatever I want to do, as long as it doesn't hurt anyone or anything or destroy anything. I should be able to make my own decisions. I shouldn't have to worry about making a mistake of going through a yellow light and then being given a ticket and having to pay with my time, because time is money, and you know, you're paid based on the amount of time that you put in. But when you do something wrong, you know, you go to jail if you do something really wrong, but really it's the same thing. The only thing is that you had to slave and work for someone else while this police officer goes and takes your time. So anyways, again, if you want to help, please, I'm begging you, we got to do something to change this, and we got to stop sitting back. We got to stop feeding our egos and fighting with each other. We have to do this together. So it's up to you, man. Enjoy the video. Hopefully you can help create it. Let's create a better world where things aren't exploited anymore, where we don't create products that need to be wasted every 10 years so that way it can be replaced by something else, where we can create them out of materials that are completely 100% recyclable, not to end up in the landfill. Stop making packaging that you just throw in the landfill. We're really good with recycling here in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, and we still have garbage. You know, why are we still throwing out foam? You should not make it in foam if you've got to throw it away. So it's just things like this. We need to stop. We need to stand up. We need to do something about it. And again, it's up to you. Take care. Love you. Peace. Let's get this shit done. Bye. Hi everyone. Matt McMahon here. H2O Plasma Plug. Like my inventor page, Matt McMahon Inventor, and follow, you know, what's going on. I wanted to share a website idea with everyone. I bought a website called theintellects.org, and I've realized over the last couple of years that there's lots of people like me that have several ideas, and we all need help. So what I would like to try and do, if someone knows how to write code to make websites and stuff like that, I'm not very savvy on the web making language, but anyways, here's the ideas. So we all have to deal with, all inventors have to deal with people attacking them all the time, and it wastes a lot of our time. And I've talked to other, you know, up there guys that are inventors. Stanley Meyer had to deal with it. I'm sure Bob Boyce had to deal with it. Paul Pantone had to deal with it. All these people have had to deal with it at some point or another, people coming at them and attacking them. So that's just a waste of time. So people like us, we need a place where we can create. And what I would actually, with the goal of this, by creating this, is to actually put things out, put kits out, and allow people to basically everybody who worked into that project to help make it a reality would get some sort of a cut based on a voting system within the intellects. So the profit shares would work that 30% would go to the inventors for the kits that would be sold, 30% would go to the help, So the people like the CNC guys, the animators, you know, and that will be based on the amount of time that each person has invested in it, which will be put on a voting system. So in other words, you would want to log all of the hours that you've spent, so that way you can show, and even if you want to have it videoed or time recorded, just to prove, so that way there isn't any conflicts, and that might need to be done anyways because of the way how people tend to get when they think, oh well, I should have got more, or I should have got more. So that's just one thing to go over. 30% goes to growing the inventory, and to once the inventory has already been established, including all machinery, then we will go to the next step, which would be to start building the community, so that way we don't have any costs at all. Basically it would be time, and eventually robots and you know, artificial intelligence could do that if we have the right amount of people to get in on this. And really the most valuable thing about doing all this is the hope of not having to spend money from day-to-day expenses. You know, fuel would not cost anything because you would have a community vehicle, and there would be a vehicle for everybody. But you also wouldn't be driving an hour to go to work, which would you know, then you got to pay for repairs on that vehicle, and you know, fuel and all that stuff. So that would definitely make a big game changer. You know, you wouldn't have to pay for housing, and in regards to housing, if you basically, these communities will offer people a way off the system, because I know that a lot of people want to live free, and in order to do that you have to get rid of your monetary values. So I know in a sense it's sort of contradicting the initial idea, but that is the goal. That's the ultimate goal, is to work our way to, you know, free food, free housing, free energy, free heat, free clothing, free every single thing that a human needs should not be exploited and profited off of, because they are basic needs. You need to have a shirt or a sweater on your back to stay warm. You know, you need to wear shorts and a t-shirt in the summer so you don't get burnt. You know, and obviously to cover up. But anyways, that covers 90%. 5% of all sales will go to the website makers based on the amount. I don't know if in the future we want to group together the 3D people from the 30% of the help, because we will need obviously them to help build the websites. But you know, at first we will have to conform to the way how society is already set up, and I believe that we can slowly start taking it apart that way. And I know it may sound like I'm an anarchist or whatever, but I'm a freedomist, if that's even a word yet. I want to live in a free world. I want everybody else to live in a free world, and I don't want to be confined to do what I'm told all the time, because that's what society dictates me to do, or sorry, my government and their laws. You know, there's so many things. I look at smoking. Lots and lots of people smoke, and it's awful for people's health, and yet government thinks if they can put labels and telling you how dangerous it is, it still allows it to be okay. Meanwhile, they're the ones taking, you know, 70% of the profit off of those cigarettes. Same thing goes for gasoline. You know, and really further down the line, it's still going to be even more than that, because they've got their hand in everybody's pocket throughout the whole production of the whole things. Another 5% will go to creating inventory supplies, and once we have those, so we're making our own out of, you know, we don't need to use petroleum plastics. We can make them out of hemp materials. I'm sure you can make them out of canola. You can make them out of any type of oil, and we don't need to be sitting here using petroleum-based polymers, sorry, petroleum-based polymers. So, you know, the ultimate goal of this is to not only create a business that completely contradicts all forms of business, but it's to create a self-sustaining environment for everybody. And there's no way that we need to work, you know, the amount of time that we do, because we have the intelligence to make it so other devices can do our work for us. So that is another big goal of doing all this. So if we were to create a website where inventors, where machinists, where everybody who has their skills that can help people be able to see and visualize our projects, we can all work together to get specific projects done, and we can vote on their importance together and what we think of how they would be profitable. Not crazy profitable. I'm not talking about, you know, $5,000 for a motor, a little test motor. I've met a ton of inventors, and a lot of us do want to give open source. A lot of people want to be able to replicate other people's projects, so why not make it easy for them? So what we would do is we would provide these kits after we would all work together to make it so there's AutoCAD drawings, so there's everything that you need. But the thing that makes this a little special is that we're not going to be doing it for profit. We're going to be doing it to reinvest. We're, you know, yes, the people who are the inventors that come up with ideas, they will make some money, and the people that have helped them will make some money, but it's not to get rich. And the thing is that whoever is a part of, you know, a part of the group, and the first people who join in to help out will be the ones that in the end are making the most money. And the more people that join along, as long as they're open source, they can copyright their stuff, but they cannot patent. So I believe that everyone that joins in on this group, and if they steal from the intellects or from the group, they should lose all rights to the product design. So I would assume that it would be best to have everybody that actually wants to be a part of this movement to sign a contract stating that under no circumstances are they allowed to patent or prevent anybody from having access to this intellectual property. You know, with a group of very intelligent people, it would take a matter of minutes of brainstorming to come up with another 8% difference, advance that design that is presently being sold as a kit, and get rid of the old kit and have something better. So, you know, just as a precaution, because there are people, unfortunately, out there that are always looking to take advantage of something that is easy to do, and it happens all the time. I know a few people that have had that happen to them already as it is. So the basic contract would just state that you have no right to steal from anybody, and we will, you know, whenever you put anything on a website, it's automatically published and dated, so that proves copyright. So to the inventor or to the group, and I believe it is illegal to actually steal from a group. So, you know, I don't believe in these rules, but I think that it needs to be a precaution that needs to be taken, because there is always someone looking out to take advantage of something that's you know, something that can make them their own money. You know, it's the ego. People think more for themselves than they do for others, so we need to try and put a few things in place to prevent that. Not everybody's like that, but I find that a good majority of the population is about that, and that's just the way how school has taught you how to be. And I would like to also change that. It has to be designed in sort of a social network website, and there will be different levels of entry. And when we're done our projects, each project will be shown on the very main page. And if you have a skill that you can offer, you can come into the basic forum and observe what other people are allowing others to see, because we will decide whether we want others to see our stuff or not. We will have that option. So there'll be a share or a not share button. If you want to discuss something that only the people within that group should see rather than everybody else, just so you can get the thing done, because a lot of inventors, they don't want to just, you know, tell the whole world what their ideas are, sort of like what I've been doing, you know, what I've been doing tonight with sharing my Bedini bike and my anti-gravity motor. But I've got a ton of other ideas that I would like to share, and I would like to get help to do it. And I know I'm not the only one. So if you know anyone that would be willing to build this site, the intellects.org, I believe that we can actually use the funds that are there to actually start building sustainable off-grid communities. And the first goal is to actually get the people within the group that wants to live in this community, put them in there. And we start off by building a building facility, so that way we can make our own parts, we can make our own kits, and profit based on building will be only based on time, because everybody will be buying tools together and pitching in all their money together. But the very first goal will actually be to buy and have all the tools required, like a CNC machine, mold injection, CNC rotor, CNC lathe, CNC mill, CNC laser cutter, and a water jet. And I think that we could definitely do this if we structure this organization the proper way and don't do like other organizations where they're based on profit. Even when they say they're a non-for-profit organization, how do people survive? They still have to have some sort of profit rating, and within that they also have to give a very nice percentage of the money that they've profited from to the government. The government takes from non-profit organizations. The thing with this is that it'll actually be an investment of time. Yes, presently we live in a world that they tell us that time is money, but really, when you sit at home and watch TV, are you getting paid for that? No. So if you're doing something that you love and you want to do something to help change the world, then the investment of time is your money. So and an investment of time is actually worth a lot in a movement like this. I watched that happen with Venus Project and Zeitgeist. And I'm sure there's other ones like Thrive Movement and such as that. I've got a ton more ideas to do with this website, and I think that we can actually make a big change in the world if we were to all have have these people that have their own special skills, electronics, microcircuit programming, like Arduinos. If you want to come in and help, if you want to build a website, we really need someone that's advanced with websites that can write the code for it, so that way we can do things, have it appealing, having everything visual. A lot of inventors like to be able to see pictures. They don't want to just have a link where they have to click on the link. So you could put all your pictures that you have in your profile, and you could do it sort of like Facebook. If you like a picture, you can click on it, and that sort of votes it up on having it made. So yeah, if you want to help, please contact me. You can contact me through my like page, through Facebook, which I've got a link. You can click on my YouTube channel. I've got a link there. You can contact me by email, H2O Plasma Plug. I am getting swamped lately because of being so out in the open now. So please be patient with me. And actually, if you wanted to Skype, contact me through my email. Leave me your Skype number and let me know why it is that you would like to talk, whether it has to do with one of my inventions or whatever else. And another thing, I don't really want to take credit for these ideas that I have, because they always say that if someone else is, if you're thinking about it, someone else has already thought of it. Many people think of great ideas, and we live in a world where inventors are not they're not given the right opportunities to collaborate and brainstorm and be able to create a new world. And yes, if people have thought of it before, it still doesn't mean that it ever reached the market. So I feel that with doing this, it will sort of allow for the people that can create a new, better world the opportunity to brainstorm and to do what's right, and use logic instead of profit as the prime goal of creating a better world. So by doing all this, I think that we can completely change the world without a question of of my mind, I believe that this would give us the opportunity that we've all been waiting for. We've been waiting for, you know, I'm only 30, but I guarantee you people from the 60s, they wanted to see exactly something like this come out. And I've grown up my whole life sitting here watching the negativity and the destruction that we stand here and allow. And by we, I mean you. They tell us that we're the reason for oil spills. Why are we allowing it? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? It's not we, it's them. And I'm sick of them. And I know you are too. And this is time. It's long past overdue. It's 2013. The world didn't end in 2012. And now we need to do something. And maybe that's what this whole fear thing was about, was to make us be so afraid to try and force us to find solutions. Well, I've got many solutions that can help change this thing, and I know I'm not the only one. And I think by having a voting system where among these people we say, okay, this is the problem, here's how to fix it, now here's the solution. With all these movements that have happened, there hasn't been proper solutions. They've just been, let's dwell on the problems, let's fight, let's stop fighting. We don't need to fight anymore. All we need to do is use our brains, figure out the problem, which many people have, and it's very obvious what these problems are. We figure out the problem, we figure out the source of the problem, and we fix it. Things aren't hard to fix. They may be complicated and complex to fix, but that's because the problems are complicated and complex. So let's change it. Let's get rid of this system that we live in. We don't need to live in this system. We live in a system that is just, it blows my mind to think that they tell us we're free and we're not. It blows my mind for them to keep raising the price of gas when the barrel is going down, or for them to keep, it's all about consumerism, and that is what is wrong with this world. It's about money, and we aren't about money. We're about love and passion and caring and creation, not destruction. So please, I beg you, if you know someone that knows about this stuff, that can help with this stuff, that is creative, show them this video. Make sure that they see this video. There's too many people in this world that want change. So please help. I beg you. Please.